Today is senior reporter for Hill, Alexander Bolton. Alexander, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so this bill almost didn't make it. Can you take us through the controversy surrounding the Democrats threatening a government shutdown?
Well, the rebellion was led by a group of Democrats who are facing re-election in 2018 in states that Donald Trump won and that also have pretty big coal mining industries. Joe Manchin of West Virginia, that's a state that Trump won with nearly 70% of the vote. He led the charge, and essentially what he argued is that this bill should not pass because it only included a 4-month extension of expiring health benefits for retired miners. And he was joined by other Democrats in pro-Trump states facing re-election in 2018, Sherrod Brown from Ohio, Claire McCaskill from Missouri, Bob Casey from Pennsylvania. And so they tried to make the argument to their leadership, to their fellow Democrats, that they should block this legislation, deny it the 60 votes it needed to advance, so that they could convince the Republicans to negotiate a year-long extension of these miners' benefits. However, they weren't successful. Democrats were scared. They were leery of triggering a government shutdown. That's using government funding and the threat of potential shutdown as leverage is a tactic more associated with Republicans in recent years, especially Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Democrats didn't want to be part of that.
So, Alexander, why did the group of Senate Democrats back down?
Well, ultimately, they weren't able to persuade their colleagues to block this bill indefinitely. The best they could have done was to raise procedural objections to delay its passage until Sunday morning. So that would have triggered a shutdown in name only, which is what the Office of Management and Budget was calling on Friday, that it probably wouldn't have disrupted any government services. So they felt they had made their point and that they weren't going to get any more. Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, Republican from Kentucky, although he represents coal country himself, Kentucky's a big coal state, he was not budging. He said, look, we're giving you a 4-month extension of these benefits. We will renegotiate it at the end of April. By the way, that's when the rest of government funding expires, at the end of April. So there's no reason to make a big deal of this. And he also made the point that, look, this measure passed overwhelmingly in the House. A lot of Democrats supported it. So in the end, Manchin, Brown of Ohio, Casey, McCaskill, Heitkamp of North Dakota, another one who was in the mix, they just didn't have a very strong hand. They weren't going to get any concession. And so triggering a government shutdown probably would have led to more bad publicity.
All right, Alexander Bolton in Washington, thank you.
Thank you.